Good morning. We are live from Kentucky. We are braiding Billy this morning again. Now I'm starting with his forelock because feeding time might happen. And if he's eating the forelock, well, sometimes the horses are like really messy and will get food all over their face when they're eating. And then if I do their forelock afterwards, I'll get their breakfast all over my shirt. So forelock first, guys. Forelock first. I hope everybody's having a wonderful morning. Wonderful morning. Shadow, thank you for those Go Populars. And Braiding Unicorns and Community Heart. Good morning, Jenica. Ooh, I don't think I'm in Superfan. Am I in Superfan? I forgot that yesterday got chaotic. Nope, I'm not. Okay, perfect. Jenica, thank you for those Braiding Unicorns. Anna C, thank you for those donuts. Mary Happy Star, thank you for that follow. Welcome in, everyone. We're braiding Billy here. Anna C, thank you for those Party Pony and for those Braiding Unicorns. And Veronica, thank you for that Heart Me. You were asleep during the second. Well, I'm glad you slept, Heart. How did everybody sleep yesterday? I did 2 sleeps yesterday. So after the live, I was tired and I don't know, I'm just still a little depleted from the last couple weeks. So I decided to listen to my body and I went to sleep at noon and slept till 5. But then when I had 6 hours of sleep during nighttime, I couldn't sleep. Hello, Anna C. How'd you sleep, Anna? Anna. Thank you for those Go Populars. You haven't gotten any sleep, Allie. It's rough. My head just kept like thinking about stuff I shouldn't care about. Oh, Trini. I feel that. Why is it the dogs want to sleep close when it's hot, but when it's cold, they're like on the other side of the bed? Like, my feet are cold. I want you there. It's hot. Why are you on top of me? Okay. Let's make sure we're getting the right hairs in the right places. For real, right, Paisley? Fred was a good boy, though. He, though, chose to sleep on the other pillow. Also, Ray, thank you for that heart. Rachel, thank you for that heart me. Okay. So today we're braiding Billy in black. Today is a hunter class for Billy, so he will be judged on his turnout specifically. So we're doing black just to be the most conservative. Jenzaya, TD! How's your show season going, TD? Are you sleeping? Jenzaya, Elsa Ray, thank you for those party ponies, Elsa Ray. Oh my God, Elsa Ray. Thank you so much for all those party ponies, Elsa Ray. Busy, right, TD? Can we get some MVPs in the chat for Elsa Ray? Elsa Ray, thank you for all of those party ponies. If it sounds like I have something in my mouth, I do. I had a needle. Yeah, Elsa Ray, MVP of party ponies. Thank you so much, Elsa, for getting them to peppermint time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Woohoo, right, honey? MVP Elsa Ray. One sec. I'll get out of your way, love, and you can give him his Ulster guard. Yeah, of course. One sec. Oh, he is the best boy. We are going to trim that, though. What color show coat are you wearing today?
It's a shadow. I believe it's black.
Yeah, black with...
It's 40s.
Oh, so I think you have the yellow points. Yeah. You don't think they're yellow?
No.
Yeah. Let's see what your points are. Oh, they're gray. That's really pretty. Okay, we're just going to do a little black palm. Black and blue. That's beautiful. That was kind of her to let you borrow it.
I know. I did not want to purchase one for one class, so
Yeah, no.
it was very nice of her.
She's very, very kind that way. So for those of you who have never seen a shad belly looks like founding fathers wear. It has like tail coats. It's a special coat that is brought out for high formal. It's the horseback riding's equivalent of a suit like black tie. TD, thank you for that. Okay, he is gonna get some meds. You wanna go ahead? Yeah. Oh, he's wonderful. So horses at horse shows sometimes receive, yeah, that's tidy, right? Omeprazole. So omeprazole is is a medication that reduces stomach acid, and it just helps keep their tummies comfortable in a higher stress environment. It is the same type of medicine that humans take, just in a much larger quantity. Yeah, it's so good for their tummies. He's like, I will swallow it when I feel like it. Right? Oh, yeah. Right, so pretty. Everybody's doing good. Amber! Good morning, Amber. Everybody's doing good. Some of the team no sleep didn't get sleep, but that's per usual. One sec, buddy. Yes. He's pretty used to that. We're pretty used to team no sleep not getting sleep, guys. Good morning, Dizzle. Good morning. Oh, I did miss a pretty gift. Oh, no. What was it? He is bae. I'll have to clip it. What did I miss? A guardian? Who sent the guardian? TD, thank you for that, Canyon. It looks like we had a guardian? What? What's going on? Oh my God! Anna C! You sent a Guardians pledge? Oh my God, Anna! Can we get some MVPs in the chance for Anna C? So that is a new thing. I was just reading about that, Anna. Thank you so much for being the Guardian. Yes, that's amazing, hon. I can't wait to post that in the highlights. MVP, Anna. So this is like a new thing, Anna, this Guardian. You get like special powers with that. It's so cool. Yeah. I was just trying to figure out more information about that, honestly. So you're going to have to let me know what they send you. But I think you get like a special user, like a user sticker or something like that. And you can do like special things like save me from falling in the charts. And it's a new thing that TikTok has done. Yeah, right. I think she gets a badge. That's amazing. Thank you for that, Anna C., our community member of the month. And our first guardian. You're our very first guardian, Anna C. Thank you so much, honey. I'm so sorry I missed the animation. Yeah, we'll see what they do, right? It's such a new feature. But I really appreciate that. That is like an awesome birthday present. I know you didn't intend it as one, but that's a really good pick-me-up. Hey, Wild Potato, we have our first guardian. Anna C. Oh, it starts next week. Oh, how cool is that? So we'll see. Yeah, I'm just learning about it. It sounds like a really cool concept. Really cool. Yeah, win, right, Heather? Oh. For such a big boy, you can put your head so low. Heather, thank you for those braiding unicorns. Thank you. I thank Anasi for that amazing gift. And I was thinking that our guardian, whoever is the guardian, would get to pick the theme for our story time on the first horse or whatever horse you're in. So for our complimentary story time, do you have a type of story you would like, Anasi? And if somehow, mods, I miss Anna's comment, would we pin it for me? Like if I don't read it off when she comments, pin it so that I know. But yeah, that was going to be the perk for the Guardian, I was thinking, is that you guys would get to choose a story time. Like what you would like me to tell. Yes, ma'am. Anna's under the pressure of like, ooh, do we want a carrot lady? Do we want groom wars? Do we want a spooky story? Anything funny? Oh, I got you, girl. So for our story of the day for him will be a funny story. I got one. I got funny. You need a good laugh? I am braiding Billy. This is Billy, everybody. Now, we won't go into story time quite yet. We'll get there. I'm just going to get a little bit into our rhythm on Billy. And once I'm in a rhythm and we want to pick his charm, then we will get into story time. Because I find if like I'm in a good rhythm when I get into story time, one, I tell a better story. And two, my braids turn out better. I'm doing great, Joey. Thank you for asking. Christy, thank you for being a super fan. You're back at work listening. Good. Then I can cheer you up with a good, funny story. Crystal, if you would like to learn, I have lots of tutorials on my page, both public and subscriber. If you scroll through my series, I have kind of a lot of different categories. You go over to main braiding, I break it down for you. Yep, 30 years. I feel like we have some new friends in the chat. So, friends that are just joining us, if you've never joined a Jen Braids Live before, kind of don't know what's going on, and you would like me to explain it, could you put new in the chat? Let's see how many new friends we have. New. Secret is new. New. Okay. 15 new. Welcome in, everybody. New. 12. Okay. Welcome in. So if this is your first time, I am Jen the Braider. Shelly, thank you for those donuts. And I have been live streaming while at work for not quite a year yet. But we have a great program. I say program because we kind of do the same thing most lives. And commonly asked questions can be found on my profile. But I'm going to kind of go through the basics. One, I've been doing this for 30 years. Two, the horses, our skin is much different than our own. They do feel what I'm doing, but their skin and their scalp here is not like our hair. So when you see me moving, I'm not tugging hard. The thing is, the hair is not fixed to bone. Our hair on our scalp is really close to bone and is really tight. Our hair and our scalp is tight to our skull. There is no bone underneath this hair. So right here, there's no bone. This is all fat and muscle, and that's why it jiggles. So this is not uncomfortable. The horse doesn't think I'm pulling on his hair. This is not like a little boy at school pulling on a girl's ponytail and making her fall to the ground. He's just like, oh, I'm getting groomed. Horses in a field, when they are socializing, will take their teeth and groom each other with their teeth, essentially bite each other's neck, right? And pull pretty darn a lot harder than I'm pulling. So this is all within normal, I don't like that one, with normal behavior for horses. For Billy, the reason why he finds this relaxing and he's sleepy is that this would be considered mutual grooming. So it's very soothing to him. So it's not uncomfortable. Now, why am I doing it at all? That's a commonly asked question. And today, Billy is competing at our National USHA Adult Hunter Finals. So he's getting braided so that the judge can more cleanly see how he's put together and how he uses his body when he's competing. And he's pretty amazing. So we want him to look his best. So this is standard turnout for hunters in the United States, especially at the premier national level. Now, I do some things that are not standard. I do a pom-pom, and I also do a lucky charm. Those are not standard. They're not mandatory. They do not increase the score, but it does increase the fun and the memories, and they're my branding. For more commonly asked questions, please see my series. There's like 20 videos. Ooh, I might need a drink of water. Yep, I do other styles, and I do lots of tutorials. I actually started out by wanting to teach others how to do this. Need water. Good morning.
Good morning.
While you do that, I'm going to grab my water bottle.
Okay.
Shine goes. Oh, sorry, guys. Momentary water break because I can't. Whew, hydration break. All the talking. Can we have decent videos? They're low-key flopping. Well, I'll try to tighten the chest mount, but braiding. So while I'm streaming, while I'm braiding, I use a lot of chest muscles in order to braid effectively. So if you notice the screen moving, it's because my whole body's moving. Coughing probably doesn't help either. So a lot of the times I can slow down the process for you and really do some tutorials while live. Today is not kind of one of those days on this horse. So if you would like me to slow down and see the process, our next horse I have more time on. This guy, I kind of pushed it so that he wouldn't be braided very long. So I need to keep going. Oh, thank you so much. I really love my nails too. So if you really would like to see the slowed down version, the how do you add the yarn, all of those are available on my profile. I go to main braiding and lots of educational content. But Billy here is going to show in about an hour and a half. So I want to make sure that he's done in time. Yep. Now, what was I going to say? The next horse. I have a little bit more time. So if you stick around for our next lady is Maisie. I can slow down and go over some of the other concepts. Yep, I do not own him. I'm just braiding him. I am a professional. And he's at a national finals today. So he needs to look pretty darn good. Okay, we're going to break into, I think, a funny story time in just a moment. Now, I typically braid in sections. So what you're going to see me do is I'm going to braid down 5 more braids, and then I'm going to tie up this section. After I'm done tying up this section, we're going to go into funny story time. Yeah. Is the shows you're braiding for? No. Our nationals for the USHA are a little weird. They happen kind of midsummer. So I'll have national finals all the way through October. There's a lot of different nationals. So this is USHA Adult Hunter Nationals. And we just did Junior Hunters. Then we don't have a national horse show until we do pony finals, national pony finals, and that will be in August. And then we do, they're just never ending. Yeah, please be kind and respectful. Yeah. Okay. I do have removal videos on my profile. One sec, guys. I think I forgot a setting. Has he won? No, he has not won any national finals. We did have some of my clients ribbon last week at the Junior Hunter National Finals. Okay. This is Billy. So we're going to break into story time now. I think that's what we're going to do. Right, Shelly? Yes. We're going to break. Do I stay and watch them compete? No. Even sections, use your comb. I normally like to mark my beginner's combs for even sections. Oh, gosh, guys. One sec. We're going to try this first. One sec. Okay. Okay, we're going to see if that helps. One sec. Okay. Good morning, everyone. So, how do I film this content? How I film this content is using a chest mount. Those of you in the United States, this live just became shoppable. For those of you not in the United States, this live just became 18 and older. So, sometimes when the chat gets a little spammy, we keep getting arguments. Turning it into an 18 and older live can make it a more pleasant experience for everybody involved. Thank you so much, Shelly, for all those unicorns. So the easiest way for me to do that is to, one, answer a question of how do I film this, and two, bring it into 18 older. Now, if the chat continues to be argumentative and not like a good vibe, what we're going to do is put it into superfan only chat. Why do we mute? The question, and let me explain. Why do we mute? I am trying to work and I'm trying to answer questions. When there is 1,300 people in the chat and 20 people are repetitively copying and pasting the same question 6 times, that can skew the chat and make it harder for me to read. The faster that chat moves, the harder it is for me to read. Most of the time when I read a comment, I can't even see a username. Yes, superfans, mods, their badges stand out. And so I can read theirs a little easier, but we're trying to keep the chat readable so I can answer your questions. And I want to. Wow, Farrah Sarah. It's already been kind of a morning. Thank you for that, Harmy. Okay, everybody. I think it's calmed down a little bit, though. Thank you, Jelly. Thank you. But yes, if you are seeing the chest mount in the bottom, that's going to go away in a minute because we're going to vote on what charm. And when we do that, we can't have a product pin, so I'll take that down. How tall is a horse? He's like 16 hands. Oh. Damage control. Muting. That was what I was trying to... My moderators have specific rules and instructions for me that we mute anyone who asks the same question repetitively. They are not ganging up on people. If anything, when they give a warning, that is kindness, because I would be okay if they just mute it, because it just gets so dysregulated. Okay, what's 16 hands in centimeters? Not quite sure. Right, honey? I'm just... Okay. Now, what the is exactly what I'm going with. Farah, thank you for those. Okay, we're going to vote on a charm while I tie these up. And you guys... Ew, what is that? That is a gross bug. Gross bug. So we have options. We're going to either do... There we go. Pink cherries, red cherries. Pink cherries, red cherries. A, B. The clipboard is going to go up in that the left-hand corner. So we're going to have a clipboard for voting up here in the left-hand corner. That is the only place that the votes will count. I'm going to tell a funny story, and the comments are going to come off. Yeah, the red will match. So red or pink? I do think that there are a whole bunch of people that are getting live streams on their For You page that have not been getting live streams. I do really think that TikTok is pushing live streams right now. And I do think that a lot of it's still shoppable. Yeah, but like it should, yeah. It's still shoppable, but like without the pin, my mods can put the thing up there. So we're still in 18 and older. Okay, let me, 1 second while I check my prompt for my funny story. Okay. 1 sec, guys. When I get so distracted from comments and all the things, sometimes I need to remember what my story was that I had prepared. Oh, thank you, Christy, for those hand hearts. Okay. 1 sec. This shouldn't take this long, but it's taken forever because, you know, I'm trying to stay on time. That's not what I wanted. Is that funny enough? Okay, 1 sec. No, that's not the one I wanted. Okay. Whew. Let us do funny. And of course, right now he's going to do an announcement because I was about to like launch into our funny story time. Oh. So there are times when we are braiding, when I'm with the horses, that you got choices. You can laugh, you can cry. I prefer to laugh. Well, I was braiding at WEC and braiding somebody new. So clients get in new horses all the time. We have people that are buying their first horse. We're having people that are buying a new partner, maybe because their horse has an injury or their horse, for example, might have gotten older and so no longer wants to be competing at the level that the rider's trying to compete at. There's many different reasons why owners buy a new horse. And sometimes I'm unprepared for the new. I walked in the barn and we had a new horse at my account. This is about 2 years ago. Jen, you're going to love him. He's so full of personality. He's so sweet. He's a big gray horse. And I just think you're going to love him. He's so cuddly. Now, you might need a carrot to catch him because sometimes he likes to hide in the corner and he's a pretty big boy. So just be careful. And I was like, okay, here's some mixed signals. Am I going to love this horse or am I going to get, kicked while catching it or bit? Why do we need a carrot? So I went into this horse's stall, Mr. Big gray man, with mixed emotions. Am I going to love you? Am I going to have to figure out how to retrain you? Do we need some retraining? What's going on with this gentleman? So the first thing I noticed is this horse is massive. Big, beautiful, dapple grayed horse with a snow white mane. He is absolutely stunning. And I was like, ooh, you're real pretty. And I opened his door and he, like a toddler, goes and puts his head in the corner and presents his very handsome rear end to me. So I break out the carrot from the bag that, okay, we're going to do B. We're going to do pink, that the owner left for me. And I crack open the carrot and he turns his head, perks his ears forward, and comes up to me. I give him the carrot and put on his halter. I was like, okay, so far so good. He listens. He does the things. We like this. These are all good things. So, first goal achieved. We're caught. Well, I then put him against the wall and brush out his mane. And as soon as I start brushing out his mane, my giant gray friend thinks this feels real good. Not just like a little good, like real good. And he thinks this is the best scratch of his life. And all I'm doing is combing his hair. And he takes his neck and he takes his whole neck and he leans into my body and he starts rubbing against me like a cat on a scratching post. I get knocked completely off my ladder. I'm laughing, but I get knocked completely off my ladder. And he looks at me quite offended, like, how dare I move? He was enjoying his good scratch. Like, that was really rude of me. And he looks very insulted by me not maintaining my scratching post job that he assigned to me. Like, come on, Jennifer. Do a man a favor. Be a good scratching post. So I get back on my ladder and I spray him with the spray bottle and he tolerates it. He's a gray horse. He doesn't like water. I've never met a gray horse that likes water. They tolerate water or they hate water, but they never like water. So he tolerates it, which is good. And I start braiding his hair. Oh, and he thinks that feels good. And so he leans into me and he twists his neck and my hands are in my stomach. And I'm like, dude, I cannot move my hands because you have twisted your neck and you are laying on me again. But he just thinks it feels so good. And his lip is twitching and his eyeballs are completely shut. His ears are relaxed. And he thinks this is the best day of his little life. And I cannot get this sucker braided. So I'm trying to figure out how to create space between him and myself because he's enjoying the process a little too much. Which I'm glad that he is enjoying it. I'm glad that he's not objecting. But I also need at least a couple inches of space between me and his neck. I cannot act like the scratching post the entire braid job. So I decide to give him a good neck scratch session. I got fake nails. I know, you guys are all shocked, right? So I have acrylic nails, and they make great scratchers. So I get off my ladder, and I go to town. I am giving him a good scratch. His lip is wiggling. His eyeballs are rolling back in his head. He just thinks this is the bomb. I do that for about 10 minutes. And he kind of relaxes into it and stops leaning into it so hard. And I was like, okay, so we have relieved our itch. We've relieved the itch. And I am like, okay, back to braiding. I get 10 braids in before he wakes up and he starts leaning on me again. And so we take another break. I am the scratching post and he is itchy. So I give him a nice good 5 minute. This time we get it done in 5 minutes, nail scratch. And he's relieved. He starts to fall asleep. And I can braid because my hands are not sandwiched against my chest. It's odd, but for some reason, for braiding, you kind of need your hands out in front of you and not plastered to your stomach or chest. You got to have a little space. So here I am. He's finally asleep. And I braid like the wind. I am braiding so fast that you can't see my hands. They are hummingbird. They are flying. I am taking advantage of this moment where he is not using me as a scratching post and he is content and he is asleep and we are all good. And then I have to braid his forelock. And so I come around to his face and he wakes up because I've moved and I've had to apply water to his forelock. And he gets really interested in me as a human again. He thinks I am quite interesting. We're no longer itchy. Now we have ingested everything we possibly can. We have put my yarn into his mouth and I had to take it off my body. He put my braiding needle in his mouth and I had to take it off my body. He takes the scissors that are hanging around my chest and tries to put them in his mouth. And I'm like, dude, a little self-preservation. Don't do that. So I take my scissors off. I take every piece of equipment off my body that I don't absolutely have to have there. Which, while I'm doing a forelock, isn't much equipment that I have to have. So I get him his forelock braided down. I tie it up. And I decide to risk doing a pom-pom. I'm a little nervous about the pom-pom. Stacy, welcome in, love. I'm a little nervous about the pom-pom because is he going to stand still? He's a baby. He's an itchy, scratchy baby that is enjoying putting things in his mouth and scratching post time. Is he going to stand still for the forelock for a pom-pom? So I'm like, how fast can I do this pom-pom? But I know his owner wants a pom-pom. So I take the yarn, I wrap it around my fingers. As I'm wrapping it around my fingers, he takes my fingers into his mouth, suctions my fingers in. And I was like, holy dude, not the fingers. The yarn is now caked in saliva and crusty, and I have to start over. But I turn my back on him this time. Cece, thank you for that, heart me. And get it wrapped around. And like a ninja, I lay it on his head, tie the fastest knot possible. And so step one of the pom-pom is complete. We have hair. But now we're playing a game of scissors needed to trim the pom-pom. He thinks the scissors are needed to eat. He should not eat scissors. Scissors are not edible. Scissors are sharp. They do not go in our mouth. And why he thought they should be in his mouth, I don't know. It was a poor life decision on his part, but he kept trying to put my hand and my scissors in his mouth as I'm trying to so we're playing this bob and weave. My elbows are trying to like get in, and all of a sudden I have this clear path. I see it. I have this moment in time where I can trim his pom-pom. So I dash in there and I quickly trim the pom-pom, and I realize there's one piece I missed. So he has this one little alfalfa piece of pom-pom, and I'm trying to trim it. And right then his owner walks in and she's like, "Ooh, he's being a little difficult. Want me to hold him?" I was like, "Sure. I'm just trying to trim this one little piece." And she comes in and she sees the one little piece and she's like, "Nah, keep it." And I was like, "Why are we going to keep it? He looks like one of the little rascals, like alfalfa. He has this like little like mohawk piece." And she's like, "Yeah, he's going to rock it. It's cute. It's funny. Leave it." So I left it for the owner's instructions, and he got to go around with his little unicorn piece of pom-pom. And he did get a ribbon that day. So he was a good baby boy. But hopefully you enjoyed my discovery of the new gray import and his love for putting any object into his mouth. And for scratches. So hopefully you enjoyed that little story time. And we'll turn comments back on, and the room has shrunk. Yeah. And we can hopefully get to read comments again. That was a lot, guys. Thank you for sticking with me in that story time. Anna C., hopefully you found it funny. Oh, I'm glad you found it cute. Oh, is B red? Okay, perfect. B is red. I couldn't remember. We're going to go with B is red. Sometimes I use wax while braiding. Mile High, that's an excellent question. Why do I leave one down and pull up the rest? If you look at my hand, when I'm braiding down, my right hand overlaps the braid next to it. And what happens is if I tie up this braid, I end up messing it up. Oh, I'm so glad you found it funny. That was the goal. Amber, thank you for those donuts. So yeah, it's a great observation. And I just find I don't mess up my own braids when I leave one down. Yeah, right? Now, here's a funny thing, guys. Not every braider goes right to left. Some braiders go left to right because depending on how you hold your hands, starting at the bottom of the horse's mane can actually be easier for the braider. Jella, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Caitlin, fish. We're having a great morning. It just got a little unruly. Yeah. So, for those of you who have maintained since the earlier rush, we had kind of a rush, and it was really hard for me to read comments and really hard for me to, for my moderators to moderate because we had a lot of authority defiance behavior. Yes, but we're having a great morning. Lisa, stay muted. Thank you for those communities. Caitlin, this is Billy. His show name is Disco Billy. He's amazing. He's amazing. Our next horse is Maisie. Maisie was our star of our highlight reel yesterday. And we get to braid her again. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Oh, isn't that cute, Stephanie? I love Disco Billy. Who is Izzy? Why did I trim his hair? It's a great question. So in order for the braids to look uniform, even and neat, the hair being the correct length and not having too much left over. So if he has too much hair left over at the end, it can be less comfortable for him because then these little hairs will poke at him. Stacy, thank you for those donuts. Hey, Jazzy. Yeah. Oh my God, Stacy. love that heart. First, can we just take a moment to thank Stacy for sponsoring Storytime? Stacy has her own sticker in the fan club and in the super fan, as she is our title gifter of both April and May. We absolutely love that Stacy loves Storytime, and my horses appreciate the contributions to the Carrot Fund. MVP Stacy. MVP Tay-Tay, right? MVP Stacy, thank you so much. MVP. Now, typically Donut Storytime is not a point of view story, but if you guys are okay with it, if Stacy, if you're okay with it, if my donut contributors are okay with it, I would really like to tell the groom perspective of the OG braider day. I really want to tell that story. How do we feel about the groom perspective of the OG braider day? Are we good with that? Yes, right, Stacy? Oh, it's going to be amazing. Oh, guys. Because, like, I just know how this went for him. Right? We just know. He did not have a good day. He did not have a good day. Yay, Redneck Angel. Okay. So we're going to do a little bit of a recap. Kind of like a multi-episode series on TV. Let's do previously on Groom Wars. Good morning, Heather. We're doing Groom Wars, previously on Groom Wars, our current continuation series. So previously on Groom Wars. Comments can come off whenever. Good morning, Megs R7. You got here just in time for great Groom Wars story. Okay, so previously on Groom Wars. Groom Wars takes place in Palm Beach a couple decades ago, to be honest. A solid 15 years ago, because it was before my youngest was born. So this is a young Jen. This is a younger professional Jen, and I am the helper. Our previous episodes included the grooms fighting over how slippery the manes were. The grooms thinking they weren't slippery. Me blowing out my hand and getting a tendon injury because of how oily they were. Fighting over shampoos. Fighting over, maybe it was suggested that I braid shavings into the braids to punish them by my boss. And then beer. Oh, you're fine, baby. No, you're good, honey. And then beer was offered as a peace offering and was rejected. And then indecent proposals that were apparently just a joke. And my boss did not think it was a joke, and neither did the groom's boss, to be honest. And we're going to start the story time on the perspective of our groom coming in the week after he got his behind handed to him by his boss for making an indecent proposal to the braider. Because that is not something their account puts up with. If you need to feed him, he can eat. Do you need to feed him, love? He can eat while I'm braiding.
I was waiting for Jen.
Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. Yeah, of course. Okay, so it is 4:30 in the morning on a Wednesday morning. Hector, of course, is snoring on the couch, and I have been listening to his snores for the last hour. It goes in, it goes out, it goes in, it goes out. And I just think about smothering him, or at least hitting his face with a pillow. But finally, the alarm's going off, and instead of a pillow, I wake Hector up how I wake Hector up most days, by a gut punch. Hector doubles over. All the other guys laugh as I put on the coffee pot this time, because goodness gracious, does nobody know how to make a cup of coffee anymore? It's like you give the guys one job in the morning to do, and that's to make a decent pot of coffee. And they cannot make a decent pot of coffee. It's not that hard. You measure it out. You put in water. You hit a power button. It's really not that difficult. So as the coffee is brewing, I get dressed, slap on my favorite cologne, and head out to the barn pre-coffee, confident that it's going to be a good day. And I walk out, and I notice as I turn off the fly sprayer system that the horse that goes first isn't braided. Well, that's kind of weird. Why is he not braided? Like, I peek down the aisle, and I see a bag with yarn on it at the end of the aisle in the horse that goes the last of the day. Like, that is my 5 p.m. horse. Why is the braider at the 5 p.m. horse? Maybe she has the wrong horse. Maybe it's somebody new. Maybe we chased away that other girl. So, with a jolly smile on my face, ready to correct this new braider, because I don't recognize that bag, I walk to the end of the aisle, and lo and behold, we have a senior citizen on a ladder. Gosh, where did they pull this lady from? She looks like ancient. What is she, like 1,000 years old? She has pure white hair. It's short, cropped to her head. And she's about a little pocket person. Tiny little woman. Not very threatening. Like, it's like we have one of the Golden Girls on the ladder here. And so I start out with charm. A little charm for the senior citizen. Good morning. This is the wrong horse. We need the horse at the end of the aisle braided. Could you just hop off your ladder and go braid that one? And she looks at me, and I know I'm in trouble. I know I'm in so much trouble. And she puts on a big old grin, and she goes, absolutely not. And I look at her like she has changed bodies. Like, how is this adorable little old lady saying absolutely not to a reasonable request? And I'm smiling and I'm being charming. And she's like, it needs a bath. And I look at her and I go, what do you mean it needs a bath? She's like, I don't know what's in its mane, but these hands can't braid that. So you're going to have to bathe it if you want it braided. But I don't have time to bathe it, and you braid it and it go to the ring and get hacked. And she looks at me and she smiles real big, and I see her really white teeth, and she says, not my problem. And she just keeps braiding, and she's humming. Why is she humming? Like, she's just like, like she's happy. Like, she really doesn't care. And I was like, well, you're going to get in trouble with your boss. Oh, that's funny, sweetheart. You're such a cute little gentleman. I don't have a boss. I'm doing a favor because you've run off all the other young braiders. So here I am. You're getting braids, but these old hands cannot braid that mane. So if you want it braided, son, you're going to have to go give it a bath. And I look at her and I'm like, I don't have time to give it a bath and her braid it and it go to the ring. And so I was like, well, I'm going to have to call my boss. And she's like, you do that, son. You do that. You wake your boss up at 5 o'clock in the morning because you don't have time to go wash a mane because you didn't wash it last night. Or what did you wash it with? Baby oil? Well, maybe I had washed it with baby oil. But like the other braider just sucks up and do it. I was trying to torture the young one. The young one was easy to like get upset. This golden girl is going to hand me my rear end. Okay. I'll get one of the guys to wash it. She's like, okay. And she just keeps braiding. She just keeps braiding. So I jog down the aisle and I call the head guy. And I go, the braider hasn't braided the early one. What do you want me to do? She won't braid it unless it has a bath. I don't think we can get it to the ring like for its morning hack if like she hasn't braided it and I have to bathe it. And the trainer goes, why does what? He's like, I'm just getting dressed. What's the problem with this braider? He's like, I'm stumbling. And I go, sir, there is some golden girl here braiding the horses. She hasn't braided any of the early one. She's only braided the one that goes at 5 p.m. And apparently that's the only one whose mane was inappropriate, like washed. And she won't braid anything until we've washed them and they're not oily. Trainer says, are they oily? No, sir. In my mind, I'm going, we may or may not have put baby oil on them, thinking it would be funny because the new girl would always just braid them as is. But this girl isn't braiding them. She's not braiding them. And the trainer's like, well, if I have to miss the hack, I have to miss hacking it. It needs braids. I'm not going to show in Wellington without braids. Get them bathed now. But I need to, you get it done. So I run back in and I start yelling at Hector that he needs to get his ass off the couch and start bathing horses. And I give orders to the other guys. I put one in charge of throwing everybody hay because we're going to have a complete meltdown if the horses don't have their hay. And I go in. Hector's scrubbing the young one, the one that needs to be braided like yesterday. God, I would have rather it had rubbed its braids or rubbed its tail out than deal with this. And Golden Girl is just standing there watching. She's not braiding anything. She's standing there watching. And you know what she says? She says to Hector, son, you need to rinse that better. I think there's still some suds. What in the world is going? How did this happen? And I go up to her and went, where's the other girl? And she's like, I don't know. I got pulled out of my retirement to come help you all because you scared off the other girls. And apparently you need a lesson on how to treat your coworkers because you don't treat coworkers how you've been treating coworkers, son. And I was like, braiders are not my coworkers. You're a service provider. You're no different. And she's like, no, I'm going to stop you right there. We are in this together. How am I affecting your day right now? And I look at her and I hate her. I hate her so much. I hate her so much, but she's so right. And I'm like, and she's like, and why aren't you bathing a horse now? And I go get the next one and I start scrubbing it in the other wash rack while Hector's finishing the first one. And she says, now, sir, make sure to towel dry that. I can't braid them when they're too wet. And I can't braid under a fan. And you know, I'm not that fast. I can braid in the cross ties that'll help get it to the ring in a more timely fashion. She's like, I'm willing to work with you, but I just need some help to get there, kids. So she stands in her other cross tie, and I'm like, we need that cross tie to get the other horses ready. And she's going to occupy the cross tie. How on the earth am I going to get these horses to the ring? This is a disaster. The day started good. I forgot my coffee. And I stopped bathing the horse to go back to the apartment to grab a cup of coffee. And the nerve of this girl. She goes, if you're getting coffee, son, grab me a cup. I'm not picky. It can be black. She wants me to get her coffee? She's making my morning miserable. And why am I pouring her a cup of coffee? Okay, well, I guess we'll try this nice thing. I'm going to give her Hector's cup. It has ladies on it and they're fun bits. Let's see what she thinks of that coffee cup with the fun bits out there. And I hand her the Hooray for Boobs cup. And she looks at it and she says, thank you. And she just starts drinking it like it is fine china and not a adult-themed novelty cup. And I really think she has better game than me. So I go to scrubbing and she starts braiding the first one. the trainer walks in and he looks at her and goes, "Well, hello, sweetheart. Long time no see." And she looks at him and she goes, "Yeah, I think the last time I saw you, son, you were in Jodhpurs. How are your parents doing, sweetie?" And he turns bright red and he's like, "Well, my parents are still together." And they start reminiscing from when he was a kid. And I go, "We are so in trouble. This is his braider from when he was a kid. Oh, we are in trouble. We're going to actually have to do better. This is going to be a hell week. Crap. Where's the soap?" And that is where we're going to leave off on this journey of Groom Wars. Because when we have authority figures from... What did I do with my needle? Did I leave it on the ground? Good morning. Welcome back. Gonna have to use a hair. I forgot my... Hi, Jen. How do we like the story? Now, again, that was fictional because I'm going with what I think he would have felt. And based on second party things. Oh, yes. Loved it, right? Because I have to say, too, trainers that I braided for when they were kids treat me a lot differently than trainers that didn't, like, that I haven't known as long. Can't wait. Yes, right? So next Groom Wars will be from my perspective. Oh, I'm sorry, Sam Day. I don't speak anything but English. But thank you for leaving a comment. Why did she keep calling the groom son? It is not uncommon for Southerners to call young men son. At least that has been my experience. Oh, I can't do it without nails, my friend. So when I have worked in the South, a lot of my senior elders will call young men son for whatever reason. Yeah. Ah, okay. Sam did. That's nice. Hey.
Yeah.
Is she nice and clean now? Or no, you're cleaning her. She's nice and exercised.
Exercise.
She's exercised.
She is so far.
It is, right, Cheryl?
What?
Oh, how in the South, it is not uncommon for women to call younger men that are not their son. It was a thing I always heard when I would braid in the South. Oh, you're fine. Billy is looking at the water. Fred's like, "I'm going to hit in the corner." Fred's like, "I found the corner." Oh, men do it as well. That makes sense. Yeah, I think it's just a... But here's the thing. My Southern friends. I don't hear much Southerners say daughter when referring to young women, but they will call them girl, right? Yes, we will do Peppermint as soon as I'm done with his tail. Yeah, right? So young men are called son by elders, and young women are called girl, right? Yeah, you don't say daughter, you say girl. Good morning, and it's not disrespectful. It is just a term of addressing someone who is younger. Yep. Okay. I think I knocked... One second, guys. I think I got something on the... There we go. No, that didn't make it better. There we go. That made it better. I had a smudge. Oh. Young lady or hun? Oh, that's another one. Yes, girl, young lady, hun. I I use hun a lot, and I am not from the South, but I use hun as like a unisex sort of thing. I call men and women hun. Yeah, it's not as common. Sweetheart, yep, that one too. You use sweetie a lot? Yeah. Especially if you've forgotten the person's name. Yeah. And you want it to be like, it's somebody you like, but you can't think of their name at the moment. Or you want them to be relaxed. Oh, really? You hunt a yacht a lot in the UK? That is fascinating. In the UK, is son used as a way to refer to young men? Sugar biscuit? That's cute. Okay. Chicken UK. Okay. Yep. Okay. And kid. Okay. Fascinating. I love learning. Okay. Yeah, but son, not so much. Okay. Son, not so much. Fascinating, guys. I love learning things. And when we have a smaller live, it's so much. Oh, they didn't like that in Texas? Really? So maybe it's not like, it depends on where in the South you're from. You do it in Yorkshire? That makes sense. Local customs and all. Good morning, Stacy. Welcome in, love. Thank you for that heart me. And go Populars. Yes, guys, I forgot to make it 18 and older. So it is a shoppable live. I do have there in the shoppable showcase, whatever you want to call it, is the chest mount I used to film this. It is what I use to film all of my content like this. But that's the easiest way for me to get us into 18 and older when things get hairy. Oh, young man. Yes, that Mama G. It's been a while since I've heard that. But yes, that was very common up here in the Midwest, young man. Key. We braid the horse's tail to accentuate their hind end and make it so that the judge has a very clean view of what the horse's hind end is doing. We add the extension because we like hair. The yarn acts as a reinforcement to the braid. So by adding a long piece of yarn to the top of the braid where the hairs are short, I can have a secure braid without having to pull on it, because that same piece of yarn is wrapped up through this whole thing, and it adds that structural integrity because these hairs at the top are not long enough to reach down here. So it's a way to prevent damage to the horse's hair from either over tightening, but also maintain that high quality so that the braid doesn't fall out when the horse is moving. Ha! Duck? Really? That is hilarious. Can I call people duck? Now on NCIS, is that why Ducky is called Ducky? Does anybody else watch NCIS? Because on NCIS, one of the main characters, the coroner, was called Ducky. Pet, really? Interesting. Yes, that's fascinating, guys. Oh my God, waiting for bedtime. I love NCIS. I have watched every episode. Every episode. It's such a good show. Always building that board. Yep. Reruns are great. I have a funny story of how I watched my first episode I miss Gibbs too, of NCIS, because I was not a fan when it first started. I didn't know it existed. And so the very first time I watched NCIS, I actually was really, really angry about it. Oh, interesting, TD. Did you like that? No, not all horses are this good. He is particularly good, but most of the ones I work with are this good. I've been working with Billy for several years now, so that makes a difference. We have a long-standing relationship. Yes, I do have a horse that I do not own, but I do show. I lease a horse. His name is Ralphie. He is not for sale, which is why I lease him. His owner currently doesn't have a use for him. She doesn't need to ride him, so she leases him to me, and I pay for all of his care and medical bills. And I get to ride him and show him and groom him and love on him and give him treats and buy him pretty things. You know, LY, I don't know if he'll ever be for sale. My trainer, Sarah, bred him and owns him. And she's had some negative experiences selling her babies. So she worries about them if they're out of her care. So this way, he has a very happy rider and a happy owner and a happy situation. And Sarah doesn't have to worry about how he's doing because she supervises everything. I would 100% buy him and mortgage my house if I could buy him. My husband would be mad at me. But I would buy him. And I would buy Versailles if I could. Yes, it is a French braid. The reason it's a French braid, and I had to learn this from all the questions, is that I'm rotating between 3 pieces. Now I do drop hair. So some people call that a mermaid braid when you keep it skinny like this and you drop hair. The same person owns both horses, yes. So my trainer and owner of the facility where I ride bred both of my daughter's horse that she rides, Versailles, and my horse I ride, Ralphie. They are half brothers. They have the same father, but different mothers. And they are 2 years apart in age. Versailles is 12 and Ralphie is 10. I have a hard time doing the Dutch braids. They are really pretty when you're good at it. My brain just goes to this though, TD. My new saddle hasn't come yet. I'm really excited for it to come. It is being made. So it is handmade in France. So my French friends, say hi to my saddle for me. And it'll get shipped over here within the next month or so. Yeah, they are hard to get a hang of. I do have a friend that does the Dutch braids, and they're beautiful. As long as the horse's hair is long enough. If horses have really short hair, they end up looking like porcupines. Yeah, I'm really excited about my CWD. My daughter has one. And so far, the classic tree that I'm getting, the specific type, is the only one that hasn't made my right leg go numb while I'm riding. Unless I use my bareback pad. But I don't want to ride bareback every day. Oh, I missed comments. I'm sorry, guys. While I'm working, I do miss comments. If you are not getting your comment answered, even though we're in a smaller chat, but I'm kind of busy working, feel free to ask your question on any of the videos on my profile. I will read comments when I'm done for today, and I will answer you. I do not answer all DMs because I think comments are a learning opportunity for everyone. So unless it's a personal issue, like you're like, my specific horse has this, and you're sending me a picture and you have a specific question, then yeah, I'll answer that. But no, I have one more. We're going to do Maisie, who's currently getting a bath. So she's going to be all clean. Maisie Moo. Are there any braiding tips that I have? I have tons of braiding tips. There's a lot of tips on my profile. If you go over to the series, Mane Braiding, I have lots of tips there. Now, have I forgotten to add some of the most recent tips to it? Sure have. I need to go through my videos, guys, and add them to the series. Yeah, we love Sweet Maze. She's such a good girl. She puts up with us. What is the spray I use? I use 2 different spray bottles. The first spray bottle has water and a splash of white vinegar. The second spray bottle has water and Quick Braid, which is a horse-specific hairspray. But doesn't he look pretty? He looks so pretty. This is a commonly asked question. What happens if the horse makes manure or has flatulence, farts? Manure, I get out of the way if at all possible, because I don't really like getting splattered. And if they fart, it stinks. Some of them stink really, really bad. But luckily for you guys in the live stream, you don't smell it. Oh, I'm so glad you find it interesting. Yeah. What's sad, guys, is that I'm such a connoisseur of the different scents of horse flatulence. I can tell you what type of food they're eating based on their flatulence. Oh, yeah, fundraising habit. Oh, yeah, some is like, there is a particular, some horses get a particular therapeutic substance known as DMSO. DMSO is an anti-inflammatory that can be used on their skin, but it makes this stinkiest gas. Oh, it's like noxious. I will get lightheaded. It's both impressive and concerning. It's both. Okay. Come on, Fred. Come on, Freddie. Where is the show? We're in Kentucky at the USHJ Adult Hunter National Finals. Come on, Freddie. Let's go, baby. We're going to have good timing. I have been doing this job profession for 30 years. Now, I did start as a teenager by braiding. So I do include my first times I was getting paid, guys. Because a payment of $20 is payment of $20 for braiding services. But, so I've been getting paid to braid for 30 years. I know Freddy's. He's like, hi, everybody's. He's like, where are we going now, Mom? I'm Glue. He's Glue. It's Fred, everybody. Fred and Red. We are at the USHJ Adult National Hunter Finals. Billy. Oh, T-Girl, I'm so glad you're enjoying the content. It's okay, Michelle. They're twins, so sometimes I call them by the wrong name. I know, we've missed Freddie. He's such a sweet boy. Oh, he's like, oh, Mom. He's like, it's so hard. Oh, thank you. He's like, he's so sweet. We do love him. He's like, I am the sweetest boy ever. You can just look at his face and like, he just always looks like a little worried. It's really hard being Fred. Oh, he's being brave, guys. He moved 3 feet away from me. Really, Kimmy? Cows? Yeah, if you don't mind, babes. Fred, come here. See, cows, I mean, I've never really interacted with that type of livestock before on a one-on-one basis, but cows fascinate me. Come here, Fred. No, my husband is a truck driver, so he does his thing while I do my thing. Sometimes he comes along though, but that's also the reason why I have Fred. We'll swap. Hi, Mares. You smell so good. She smells better than I do.
Do you want this closed?
No, I'm gonna grab my ladder. I appreciate you. No, she's fine.
Are you good?
Yeah, we're all good.
Do you want the fan on?
No, if you don't mind.
No.
Okay. Yes, horses have been scared of my step stool. Sometimes we have to introduce the concept, especially somebody who's not been braided before. But Maisie here is a very experienced queen, so she knows exactly what's going on. Nope, Heather, it's Fred. Fred is always in red. That's how we know it's Fred.
I'm just getting a little excited.
Yes. Name twins. Name twins. Okay. Dirty comb doesn't help us.
Ride nice.
Yeah, I feel like the 7 looks like it rides a little.
Heart, have you not? Oh, you slept through the last one. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. So she is a beautiful chestnut mare. And she is full of shenanigans sometimes. She has lots of opinions that she subtly lets us know all about. Yeah, she's so cute. I love her ears. She kind of has like slightly floppy ears. It's different to braid with when wet. So things I change when I'm braiding a horse that has really wet hair. One, I have to remember that the braids will expand. So as the braid dries, it will get bigger. So I always want it to be slightly smaller than what I'm used to, which is fine for our purposes here. But yeah, that's one thing. They're almost like reverse shrink-a-dinks, or like a shrink-a-dink. You add water, but as they dry, they get bigger, versus the shrink-a-dink where like it starts dry and you add water and it gets big. Okay.
That's beautiful.
He's a beautiful boy. Okay. But now she's at a weird angle. Oh, I'm so glad you find it so satisfying. I find it very satisfying too. I mean, I kind of need to. Otherwise, I should probably get in a different profession. Good morning. Yes, so smaller braid widths for two reasons. One, we're at national finals. So I like to put in an extra braid or two just to give the, so why do I put in extra braids at finals? One, we're doing natural. Whenever you braid in natural, putting in an extra braid or two and reducing the amount of space between the braids will make the braids look nicer. When we braid in color, the contrast does better with a little bit more negative space. So we put in a little bit less braids because of the color. It draws the eye, so it creates it's different art concepts of how we draw the eye to the braid. Oh, Stephanie, did you work last night, love? Oh, Emerson, I've missed you too, love. Yeah, my schedule's been off. I know we get so used to my 3 a.m. lives, and then I haven't been doing that because of the weird schedules we've been doing. The yarn helps make the shape. I will tie up the braids with the yarn. So if I didn't use yarn, the braids would fall out. We could use a rubber band. The problem with rubber bands is that, one, they can break. Two, it always is adding tension to the hair. Once I stop, Right, Emerson, it is life. Schedules things. You know what, though, Emerson, the constant in life is change. But the yarn, once I stop pulling, stops contracting and doesn't create additional tension on the hair or on the horse's crest. So it reduces damage. Yes. So typically, I will braid in a contrasting color. So Maisie's normal color is hunter green. We do hunter green at almost all of our other, or navy, hunter green, navy. The reason why we do natural at hunter finals is that it is our most conservative horse show, meaning we want to be the most traditional, the least standing out for any reason except that we are spectacular and beautiful. So we put on our shad bellies, we put on our traditional attire, and that's just in honor of the prestigious event. Now, could I braid her in color? Is there any rules against it? No, there's no rules against it. Hey, Jarpad. You changed your username? Interesting. Well, thank you for letting me know, Jarpad. Yeah, Spam, I can show you the nails. One sec. And for those of you just joining us, the Shoppable Live is just my chest mount. So a lot of the commonly asked questions are, how do I film the comments? How do I film the content and answer questions? It is using the chest mount that is shoppable in this video. So here are my nails. Aren't they cute? We got our 4th of July cupcake. And thank you, Vixen, for that good morning. Vixen, how you doing? Long time no see. Even though I think you popped in yesterday during the chaos. I turned on Shoppable because I just couldn't do another chaos day. Thank you. Thank you, Spam. Thank you, Mackenzie. Thank you guys for all of your support. Appreciate you guys being here.
I don't want to ever smell it.
Waiting before bedtime. So I was literally thinking I need to do content on this. How do I deal with cramping? How do I deal with swelling? Cramping, one. Oh, did you miss yesterday, Vixen? I think, Vixen, with all the users coming in, I probably was just like, I wish Vixen was here and just saw your username because I wanted to see it. We had like 3,500 people in the live room yesterday. It was chaos. Oh man, the chestnut is shoppable. That is hilarious. I could have even misspoke and said that. It's the chest mount. That is hilarious. But yeah, yesterday was kind of chaos. Today is a nice vibe, right? And here's the thing. Sometimes I do misspeak. So it's even possible I said the chestnut is shoppable. That'd be hilarious. She's not for sale, guys. She's not shoppable in the live. Pretty sure that would be a rule violation too. Yesterday was really quite good, Stacy and Vixen, in terms of some funny stories and some good content, even if it was a very fast-moving chat. I'm going to, when I get home next week, download the replay and I'll post that for you guys. I just don't have enough service out here to download full replays. We're roughing it here in Kentucky without Wi-Fi. Roughing it. Ooh, you know what I was excited about, guys? Tryon has Wi-Fi. I don't know if it's in the barns, but at least my camper will have Wi-Fi. Oh, cramping. Strategies for cramping. See, squirrel. Jen is so squirrel. Strategies for cramping. 1, I stop braiding down. So I have found for most of my beginners, if you braid 10 braids down or so, then tie up 9 and then braid down again, that prevents cramping because you're changing what you're doing. So now I'm going to tie up. by switching up what motion your body is doing, it can really help with cramping. Number 2, stretching. I know our doctors, our PT, our physical therapists tell us we need to stretch. I don't stretch before work because I don't necessarily need my ligaments and joints to be looser before work, but when you're doing repetitive tasks, everything tightens up. So stretching after work can help prevent that swelling and tightness for the next day. I also, and I hate doing this because I have Raynaud's, I ice my hands. So icing after work, red light therapy, and when needed, NSAIDs. I try not to have NSAIDs unless I'm truly desperate. Like last week I had NSAIDs because I was in so much pain, but you can't take them constantly. And since I work like this constantly, if I would destroy my body with NSAIDs if I took them daily for, 50 weeks a year. Yeah, right, Emerson. My doctors have actually told me that they would prefer to put me on a steroid pack than me take NSAIDs all the time. Because they are really hard on your body, those NSAIDs. Yeah, that is sad, Amber.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, hindsight, right? They don't really warn us about them enough and what they can do to our body. Yeah, cinnamon is a natural anti-inflammatory.
Wow.
Ooh, yeah, I do have cramping with for electrolyte imbalance. Pickle juice is great. Staying hydrated helps with cramping as well.
It was in the Stone League. Oh. It was like during Kentucky Nationals though.
Mama Terry, so the owners typically don't need to tell me what style. They tell me what division their horse is showing in. So if an owner says, I need my horse's mane braided for the novice jumper classic, I do a different braid than when they tell me to braid for the adult hunters. I miss my knot. Yeah, cinnamon roll. Yeah, no, the cinnamon, you have to eat a lot of this spice cinnamon. A cinnamon roll isn't necessarily going to help you with anti-inflammatory. It's a large amount of cinnamon.
You're going to pass someone in the fence. Okay. With the left eye.
Why do we braid their hair? We braid their hair for competition. So the horse is going to be competing today against other horses over a course of fences. And the judge, this will move around and distort the picture. So the judge will have a harder time making out how the horse is using themselves. And so the braids help the judge better see the horse. It's all about making it easier for the judge to see the horse.
I was like, is it me jumping sideways?
Oh, I wish cinnamon rolls were healthy too. That'd be great. Looney, thank you for that, heart me.
Tell me if this is the wrong plug, Sharon.
Okay, dokies. That's mine. So wrong one. Dicus. There we go. He can have his back. Yeah, thank you all for your support. So she is the last one we will be braiding live today. Just Maisie. Hey, Jester. Are you going to listen to the live while driving? Everybody, Jester 38 is my husband. He is a court jester. Caitlin, thank you for all those Go Populars, Caitlin. Thank you so much for your support. Appreciate you, Caitlin. Okay, I put that in the wrong place. If you're pulling up and it's hard to get the knot up, it's probably in the wrong place. See how that one went right up then? There we go.
Yeah, that looks like me looking like later. That's probably
The marking is slightly different.
Here we go.
Yeah, there we are.
Yeah, now you know why cinnamon is in the vitamins, right? Turmeric is apparently also good. Turmeric, though, really upsets my stomach when I've tried to do turmeric supplements. Isn't she just the best? She is the best. If you guys want to see even, like, her owner does some great Maisie content. How she eats Pink Mash is adorable. But to find her content, if you go over to my profile and click on yesterday's highlight video, she is tagged there. Because she eats Pink Mash. So does everybody in the chat know what MASH is? Have you guys ever heard of MASH? Nope, the braid is... So, the question is the braid really tight? Nope, okay. So here is loose. So like that is loose. And then this part is tight. So the part that is not connected to her skin is tight. The part that's connected to her skin is loose. So what is MASH? MASH is a soft product, food product, that is diluted and mixed with water to help hydrate the horses, and it's for their tummies. Yep, Heather, Pink Mash. I mean, there's many different types of mash. I do love Pink Mash. Yeah. Yes, Chloe. She has a show today. Yep. It's kind of like grits for horses, right? Pink. One sec. Let me get through the blower. Oh, yeah. I really do need to hydrate, Heather. Yes. You add water to their food? Yes. Oh, that's an interesting comment. Oh, Ruby, I'm so glad you've been able to make the lives. Oh, Emerson, I'm so sorry you're still bedridden. Okay. MASH. Pink Mash is a specific brand that is made by a company, and it has a pink tinge. So it's called Pink Mash, and it's made with beets. So it is a beet-based mash. Oh, I'm so glad you're on the mend, Emerson. That makes me happy. So it's a beet-based mash. Beets can be great fiber for horses, but traditionally you have to soak beets for a long time. Pink Mash is a product that doesn't require as much soaking, but it delivers many of the same benefits.
Okay, so one of the Real Housewives just came out with a single.
Yeah.
And I hate to say that it's pink, but it's really? Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a specific brand.
I was listening to that there. It's so awesome.
Good morning, Lisa.
You know, it's one of those.
Yeah. I feed Pink Mash to Versailles and Ralphie after lessons. And in the wintertime,
or summertime when they need extra hydration. It's not in place of regular hay or grain fat substitute sort of thing. It's an additional source of nutrition and hydration. So hopefully that answered. Now, one interesting question was, are breeders respected in the community? So we're going to get into that in a moment. Oh, nice, Ruby. I'm glad your trainer was teaching. Hopefully they were teaching you correctly. Isn't she beautiful? Even though she does have a lot of short hairs. But she has such a pretty crest. Good morning, Amanda. Oh, charm check, yes. She is beautiful, right? Okay, guys. Same as the last guy. So pink is A, B is red. Pink and... Oh, Vixen, no apologies, Vixen. Do not apologize. My birthday was good. A and B. But, Vixen, I have one of those birthdays that always falls on a day or a time when I'm, like, have to work. So I got to go to the barn. I got to see Ralphie. But I also had to move my camper and do work things. So my family and I really didn't celebrate. But do you guys want to know what I did yesterday? Yesterday, I bought myself a cupcake. Because I had the realization, if I'm capable of doing so many things, and it's my birthday, and no one else has bought me a cupcake, I can buy myself a cupcake. Ooh, a chocolate gluten-free cupcake. Yeah, right? I don't know why I'm so unlucky. Yes, it was delicious. Yeah, cupcakes. I may have had 2. I bought a 4-pack, and I ate 2 yesterday, and I plan on eating 2 today.
Yes.
Yeah, we like some cupcakes. We like some cupcakes, right, Vixen? Yes. Thank you, Jessica. Well, like, it was so silly. I was feeling like a little down because like nobody had made me a cake. I hadn't sat down and sung happy birthday with my family. You know, I was just getting things done. And then I was like, well, if I can get all this other things done for myself, I can buy myself a cupcake. Right, Mama Val? Exactly. Jam out. And I had so many wonderful messages from fans for my birthday. So like I got plenty of love on my birthday. Plenty. Oh, they were so good, Jade. Because I treated myself to like the premium expensive brand cupcakes. Like the cupcakes that cost like $10 for 4. Yeah, right? You gotta do you. Nothing wrong with that. What's wrong is like wanting something and then depriving yourself of it simply because somebody else didn't do it for you. I don't wait for other people to do anything else for me, right? Yeah, sometimes you just gotta be like, well, I'll just do it for myself.
It wasn't bad last night.
Right?
Oh, I didn't wear the best shoes for work today.
Well, they look awesome to me.
Now you're craving cupcakes, right, Nancy? See, treat yourself. We're adults. We have adult money. We can go buy ourselves a cupcake or make a cupcake. I don't have a stove to make a cupcake in my camper. Otherwise, I might have made myself cupcakes. And it's really cute, this fancy brand. The cupcakes are garnished with a white chocolate, like, swirl piece. So it's like real fancy. It's fancy. They have garnishes. Vixen. Thank you for that swan, Vixen. That's so... Right? Louise, if I can buy myself flowers, I can buy myself cupcakes. MVP Vixen, thank you for helping with that gallery. Right, Grace? So good. See, Miley Cyrus missed it. Instead of buy myself flowers, she should have sang, I can buy myself cupcakes. Love you, Vixen. Thank you so much for that gift. It's so kind of you. Such a beautiful animation. I can't wait for the replay and see the Guardian animation, honestly. Subin, thank you for those roses and being the title gifter of Roses, Bree. Thank you for those community hearts and that heart me. Ooh, I do need water. I will. I'm going to tie this section up. I'm going to get water. And then we're going to go into story time. Oh, that was a big sigh. Trip, thank you for that, heart me. This is number 3. Hey, Tripped. I missed it. I felt so bad. Anna sent it and I missed it, but I'm sure it'll clip. TikTok is rolling out that program. They're going to want that to clip. Oh, 8. We're going to go with pink. Pink for Maisie. Yes, I will be live again. I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow night, though. It might be morning time again. I have to see when the horses are going to go. But I will get that posted as soon as I know. Oh, thank you, heart. Then I'm going to take a drink of water, and then we'll do story time. What time in the morning? Don't know yet. So our horses get a order of go here at finals so that it's completely fair and nobody has an advantage of going early or late. And so we'll have to see where the order of go is tomorrow. And then I'll braid them based on what time they horse show. Yeah. Yeah, we'll make sure we... Oh, I know, Mares. Yes. Oh, my God. Mile High. So squirrel. Now you know why we have squirrel as one of our stickers. Is the braider community respected within the horse community? It depends on the braider. The community overall, I would say it's a mixed bag. Some people really love their braiders and get great service and feel like they're getting good value. Some braiders create a lot of drama and have very unhappy customers. I would say overall, majority of the braiding community is kind of viewed as how would I best view it? It depends on the time. Like during COVID, braiding was expendable. So the horse shows could run with less people, so people didn't braid. Some people really highly value their braider, some don't. But in general, I would say there is a negative association with horse breeders and the overall equestrian community. Yeah, it was so fun, right, Simply Rosie? COVID was a great time for everyone. No sarcasm, right? I would have to say that everyone I braid for is very respectful and kind and appreciative. And I would say for the majority would say I have a good reputation and respect within my community. But not everybody is the same. Good morning, Tracy. Does that answer the question, Mile High? Tracy, thank you for those heart me's. Good morning. Or at least does that make sense that it's not like an easy cut and dry answer? Thank you for that repost, Cheryl. Yeah, right, like a metric ton, depending on the braider. Because you have to realize, too, that a lot of braiders are very sleep deprived, and so regulation of their emotions gets to be more difficult. And they can act out in ways that they would not if they were well rested. It's not too bad to take out. It's actually way easier to take out than it is to put in. If you would like to see how it's taken out, head over to my profile, second series. Ambitious May, thank you for that heart, me. Good morning, Rhonda. Good morning. For real, yeah. It's. Am I real? Is it easy to take out for real? I need more context. Good morning, Ambitious May. How you doing, love? Our perfect queen here is being perfect. Okay, I'm going to trim this yarn. I'm going to take a drink of water, and then we're going to do story time. It's the most sunlight you've ever seen, honey? Yeah, it's a lot of sunlight. There is a joke that horse braiders are vampires and the sun burns them, which is why you never see a braider during the day. Right, Vixen? Yep. Depending on how derogatory that chain of braiders or vampires gets, sometimes, there you go, maybe we actually sparkle like Edward Scissorhands. People will say in braiders, instead of drinking blood, drain people's wallets instead of draining their blood stores. Water. Where did I put my water? Jenny, did you see my water bottle?
It's
Right there. Perfect. Linda, that is a good idea. Ah, that's better. That's better, Maisie. I know, baby. You know, Tracy, there is always that option, but that actually leads me to a story time, Tracy, which is perfect because we're going into story time. You know, there is that. The California mains or the New York mains that are 180, 250, that does drain somebody's wallet real fast. So this story time is about the concept of, well, if you don't want to pay the rates, why don't you just braid it yourself? We were at a local horse show in Michigan, and I was very pregnant with Lucy. It is July. I gave birth to Lucy at the end of October. And I was I was very showing, and I was very hot, and I was very cranky, but also very aware that I'm going to give birth in a couple months, and I'm going to be feeding another baby, and babies are expensive, so I need to work. Honesty, thank you for that, Blue. And a client came up to me while I was braiding her daughter's horse for the Derby on Sunday. Mind you, the Derby class at this horse show cost $300 to enter. So they were debating about showing in this $300 class. And the mother was pushing for the daughter to horse show. The daughter wasn't quite sure if she wanted to, like, it's going to go later in the day, it's Sunday, yada, yada, yada. So they're going back and forth. And I was like, well, please let me know so I know whether or not to braid it for Sunday. And then I can do it on your bill. And she's like, oh, well, how much is my bill? And I hand her invoice. And she goes, this is highway robbery. And I was like, it is no different than any of the other horse shows. Like, this is the 5th horse show they had shown at that year. And what they hadn't accounted for is this horse show is the 2-for-1 special. So essentially they had 2 braiding bills all at once. And she wasn't used to that. So it was much more than what she was used to. It was much less than the cost of the Derby on Sunday. So her braiding bill, even though it was for 2 weeks, 2 horse shows essentially, it was less than the $300 entry fee on Sunday. And she looks at me and she goes, if I pay you, I won't be able to feed my family this week. This is my grocery allowance for the week. And I was like, well, then why haven't you been braiding it yourself? And she's like, well, I don't know how to braid. And I was like, well, then why doesn't your daughter braid it yourself? I'll give her yarn. Here's a ladder. I don't want you guys not to eat. And she's like, oh, then she won't be well rested enough. Like, you really should be doing it at a discount. She's such a good rider. And as she's telling me about how she can't feed her family and what a great rider her daughter is, and I look down at my stomach where Lucy is kicking away at my bladder, and I go, I cannot afford to not charge for my services because I too have a family to feed. And she looks at me and she goes, well, maybe you shouldn't have had another child. And I'm just looking at her, 1, like she's insane. 2, I think that might be my alarm. Is that my alarm? No, somebody else's alarm. Do you hate when somebody else's phone goes off with the same alarm you have and you're like, is that my phone? Anywho, so here I am. This woman is not wanting to pay her bill. She is wanting to add braids for Sunday for the Derby. And she's telling me how maybe in order to accommodate her better, I should have had less children so that I wouldn't have to charge so much. Mind you, I was charging the going rate. I was just doing normal things. And she was waiting for the world to turn around her. So I go, here, I won't braid it on Sunday. Or you guys could just skip the Derby. That would pay for your bill so far. And then you will have your leftover money for eating. She's like, well, if she goes in the Derby, we could win money. Yes, she could. She could. But also, you could win nothing. You never know. Because it's a class and it's a kid, and you should not count on your kid winning the class to pay for your entries. And I was like, well, how about this? Your daughter can come out in the morning, and I'll teach her how to braid, and she can braid her own. And she was like, no, I'll just write you a check. I was like, okay. After all of that, you're just going to write me a check. So the next day, I braid her horse. She does the Derby. Her horse does not make it around. So instead of winning the thousands of dollars she thought she was going to, she wins nothing. And on Monday, I take her check to the bank, and it bounces. And I contact the trainer and be like, hey, check bounced. And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry about that. Let me reach out to them. She's like, but just so you know, the horse is sold. And I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, yeah, they no longer have horses. They sold their horse today. It's Monday. They showed it on Sunday. She's like, yeah, I was working out the deal. It was in the process. It was her very last time to horse show it. I was like, the mother told me she couldn't feed her family if she paid me. And she's like, well, that's kind of funny. And they should have money in that, like in their account, because they just got, you know, a big old check for selling that horse. And I was like, huh? What? But the check bounced. She's like, I'm sure they'll pay you. Let me know if you have problems. So she reaches out to the clients. They tell her she's going to pay. And like that. One sec. Sometimes I don't catch it. There we go. Now we got to seal it under. So 2 weeks go by. The horse is now at a new client's, and I'm breeding the horse again, but still have not been paid for the July. And I was like, you know, I still haven't paid for these previous owners' braids. And they're like, oh my God, that woman is crazy. And I was like, what do you mean she's crazy? My husband, this is the mother, my husband had a heart attack on Sunday. And they told me if I didn't bring them a check, that they were going to up the price of the horse and change the deal because I couldn't get them a check on Sunday. The bank's not even open on Sunday. So we renegotiated to Monday because originally it was supposed to be a week from now, but she had to have the money now. And so they come to the hospital on Monday to grab our check because I couldn't leave because my husband's in the ICU. And I was like, oh God, is he okay? This was a couple weeks later. And she's like, yeah, he's back to work. Everything's fine. Like, he's okay. They didn't have to do open heart. They put in a stent and like, things are okay. I was like, okay. She's like, but the woman is crazy. She's like, I'm so sorry you haven't been paid. And I was like, it's okay. The trainer said she's going to take care of me. So I called the trainer and be like, hey, it's been 2 weeks. They haven't paid. And she's like, Jen, here's her number. See if you can get it worked out. So I called the lady and I'm like, hey, I haven't been paid. That check is bad. It bounced. Oh, I'm so sorry. I hadn't gotten the sale check in. Just re-put in the check. I said, you sure? She's like, yeah. Just re-put it in. So I go to the bank the next day. I re-put it in. A week later, I find out it bounced again. Non-sufficient funds. And I call her and I'd be like, what happened? She's like, oh, I forgot to transfer money into that account. And I was like, okay, at this point, you get me cash. And she's like, well, I don't go to the horse shows anymore. A Western Union. This was before electronic fund, like anything so that we can stop. Because I had, at this point, paid $50 out of money that I did not have while very pregnant with Lucy and about to give birth on return check fees because, the banks get you on both sides. And so she sends me a Western Union and I finally get paid right before I give birth. But yeah, can't pay their bill, but won't also get on the ladder. Vibe. Thank you for coming in. Lovely to see you in the chat. Alaya, I think I pronounced that correctly. Welcome in. We're going to turn comments back on. So yes, even when faced with the problem that they could not afford for their braids, it was not worth it for them to get on the ladder. Ah, the nerve, Vixen. The nerve. Especially, the kicker is, guys, she sold that horse for 6 figures. So she had just received a cashier's check for 6 figures but couldn't pay her. I think at the time it was like a $200 braiding bill. And I was like, how? Oh, thank you for that comment. Don't dull my sparkle. That's so kind of you. Yeah, not my problem, right, Mama Terry? She was crazy. Yeah. And this was back when six figures was worth a lot more than six figures is now. But she sold a very safe horse that was really good at his job, and he would get ribbons when the kid would ride well, but was very safe, to a family that had 2 private jets. And so sometimes when people have private jets, they unfortunately get taken advantage of because their concept of money is skewed. Oh, she 100% was using a bogus bank account, Vixen, right? I was like, the fraud, like she's deliberately writing checks out of an account and she knows she doesn't have money on. Oh, the reason I tied so many times on that one is because I missed the hair. And so sometimes I tie again, hoping I will have the hair. It is an unfortunate thing in this industry is, I know it's hard for us as like everyday people to understand the concept, but when somebody lives in a place in society where money doesn't have as much meaning, they don't truly understand what things cost. So sometimes, for better or for worse, depending on your perspective, they pay more for things. Yeah, she sent it Western Union, so I got paid. Literally like 2 weeks before Lucy was arrived. Yeah, right, Dee Dee? Yeah. Yep. I would have to say the clients that bought the horse were not any worse off for paying so much. I just wish a kinder human had benefited from their generosity. Your mom, thank you for the follow. Allison, thank you for that heart me.
Yeah. You know?
Right? Yeah.
Absolutely. This place is so traditional. Like, it's not even fun.
Okay, guys.
They're like, how can you terrorize riders?
Yeah, I have kind of seen it at many different levels. There's such a spectrum of participation in horses, which is lovely. It's nice that horses still have. Yep, we're gonna braid the tail. How long do I cut my pieces of yarn? 32 inches, Kim. They're long. How much was the horse actually worth? Well, I can tell you this. The horse was originally purchased for $15,000. So the family, when they originally purchased the horse, they purchased it for their daughter for $15,000. They owned it for 4 years, and they did well with it. Like, they spent a good amount of money going to horse shows and things like that. But was it zone champion? Was it winner at indoors? No. Yeah, but he was kid-proof. He was so safe. And he did go on to win some big titles with the kid that purchased him because they had even more money at a horse show. So for the family that bought him, for their daughter, he was worth every single penny they spent on him. They were very happy with their purchase and with the safety he provided. He was a good boy. Good boy. Kimmy Kitty, thank you so much for that follow. So for the family, the horse was worth that to them. Would I have paid that much for it? No. Gosh, no. I could not have afforded that. A lot of the times horse cost is very dependent on the demands of the person buying it. That's why there's such a variance. Because I can guarantee you, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, paid more for his kid's pony than I paid for my kid's pony. You know what I mean? Even if the ponies were of equivalent quality. The short braid, so that's a great question. Is the short braid to protect the hair or just for style? At this point in time, the short braid is for style and to help better, good luck, and for the judge to better see the horse. The tradition of this braid had a very practical purpose. So the tradition of the hunter braid was to, sorry, distracted. So, yeah, honestly, right? They can go for a lot of money. But the tradition of braiding, when horses were originally braided, was to prevent things from getting stuck in their mane. So when horses would be cantering through the woods, trees, shrubbery would get caught in their manes and tails, and the braiding did prevent that. Somebody commented on one of my Facebook posts about roaching, why we roach horses. And they pointed out that working ranch horses, their manes are roached because keeping the braids in for the duration of a cattle drive would be uncomfortable for the horse. And they don't have time to constantly be rebraiding it. So to keep the horses from getting caught up in the cattle drives, they will roach the manes and trim the tails. So there is practical reasons for it. Do I braid for any celebrities? I'll put it this way. If I do, I can't tell you. So I'm going to say no, because even if I did, I wouldn't be allowed to tell you. But I can tell you that I have braided for celebrities in the past and many Fortune 500 company owners. Right? Yep. Most people that come from that side of our culture value their personal privacy extremely, and so they don't want their personal business spread around, so we don't get to talk about it. Yeah, that means I don't get to talk about it, my friends. Oh, Jarpad, you're the best. Yeah, I am self-taught. Had to learn the hard way, and I teach others so they don't have to. Exactly. Individuals I call the incorrect name for 3 months, and then they correct me on their correct name. You remember that story? Oh, that was so embarrassing. Especially when I saw the article on the family in Sports Illustrated, and I was like, oh my God. I was literally calling famous people by the wrong name because I don't know sports. But my braids looked beautiful in Sports Illustrated. My braids looked gorgeous. Did I get credit? No. But did my braids look gorgeous in Sports Illustrated? They sure did. Oh, if that isn't an Easter egg to try to find, guys. Sports Illustrated from like 20 years ago has Jen's braids in it. Do we have any guesses? The heiress, I can't tell you who she is, so. Yep. Yeah, the horse is like, who are you talking to? She's used to me talking to myself, though. Yeah, because I've braided for a couple heiresses. I've braided for a couple celebrities. I mean, I've never braided like, you know, famous people. Yeah, right. What sucks is like when people use my work, the photographer is always credited, but like the braider in these big articles where everybody's like, the horse is so beautiful with these beautiful braids, and I was like, those are me. That was me. Oh yes, the infamous Christmas braids do make the rounds. It still pisses me off that the other braider took credit for my braids. That was even worse. Yeah, Shauna, it was really weird moment for me. Last week when I was braiding here, I had someone walk up to me while I was talking with a client. So I'm in the middle of this conversation with one of my junior riders, and this person walks up to me, and I thought they were with the junior rider. Like, I thought they were like associated with her because they get real close to her. And they look at me and they go, "You're famous." And I was like, "I'm not famous." And she's like, "Yeah, you're like the live stream braider." And I was like, "I am, but like that's like not real fame. Like, yeah, there's not a lot of live stream braiders walking around the horse show with a cell phone on their chest, but like." And then I realized my junior rider didn't know the person, and they were just a fan interrupting my conversation with my client. And I was like, "It was really great to meet you, but like I'm in the middle of a conversation," like literally mid sentence. So it was a little awkward. A little awkward. Oh, so soft, honestly. I think it's so great that you're getting to work with them. It's a delicate balance, Julie, of how to get the forelock tight enough without any lumps or bumps. Oh gosh, I'm not ready to be a celebrity, Shauna. It's a delicate balance. Sometimes I do get it wrong. Sometimes the balance is off. But my biggest thing is that I need to make sure I leave a tunnel. I'm so glad, Anna-C. You guys are amazing. It's so good that you're helping out and volunteer with the horses. Horses just need so much care. The volunteer is really an important part of the rescue community. So thank you guys for your service. What did I miss? Oh, I missed. Good morning, Grandma. Grandma Anita. Okay. That's bothering me. We cannot have one hair sticking out. Going back on... Oh, that's awesome, Jarvan. Oh, yeah, she loves to have her hair done. And, like, her ears are very relaxed. Now, one thing that people will confuse is that they'll think that this means her ears are back. This means she's listening behind her because there's footsteps on the other side. This is actually a very relaxed stance. When you see a horse with pinned ears, tightly flush against their, then run. You better run. If a horse approaches you with pinned ears like this, run away. Yeah, she's enjoying her massage. Oh, look at her. She's like, oh yeah, ear rubs. Okay. Freddie. Come here, Fred. We need to reapproach the tail time. Come here, baby. New corner. New corner. Come here, baby. I know she would share. I know. Oh, her hair is better than mine. She also smells better than I do right now. 100%. Because she just had a bath. And so she smells beautiful. She is such a good girl.
Red light therapy is amazing. Highly recommend. Have you been enjoying it, Grammy? Electrician, not yes. She is. They do match. Okay. Thank you, Maris. That's a sad moment, guys. How long do the braids last? The braids would last a lot longer than we use them. The braids come out same day. How long would they last? Oh, she's so dabbly tripped. They would last several days. Now, it depends on the horse. Some horses will rub them out same day. If a horse is determined enough, it's just hair and yarn. They can definitely get them out if they want to. But most horses, if you wanted to leave them in and if they were compliant, they'll last a couple days. Oh, she's covered in dapples. She's stunning. She's stunning. So now we enter tail time, everyone. I have to say, putting us into TikTok Shop, Shoppable Live, was the best decision ever this morning. This has been such a nicer, calmer vibe. Yeah, Amin does think it's hilarious to scratch his braids. He has a lot of hair, though. So that's a lot. Ooh, your horse was a liver chestnut with dapples. We do love a liver chestnut with dapples. Ralphie doesn't have dapples right now, but that's okay. He's very chromy. He was itchy. Oh, the start was so chaotic, Heart. That's why I was like, shoppable. I don't like that piece. There we go. Dapples are, when you look at the horse's coat, I'll show you when I'm done braiding, are where they have round, different colors. So it looks like they have little round circles on them. Those are called dapples. Dapples are actually varying lengths of their hair coat. So they're created from hormones. And horses have to be very healthy and happy in order to get dapples. Yep, it's for a competition horse show. Oh, yeah, right? It really was. Because, you know, if I had told the chat what was happening, it would have been like absolute chaos as it was happening, because it takes a little bit of time for TikTok to essentially kick people out of the live. So any of the juniors that were in the live when I made it shoppable would have gotten booted. Oh, I'm probably going to have some really pissed off DMs and comments. But I'm kind of learning that comes with the territory. Yeah. I had my very first really graphic angst. I wish terrible things upon you. DM yesterday, and I was like, oh wow. I mean, the literariness and the tools of literature were excellent. Like the writing was its superb form. But when people are angry, they lash out. Yeah. It was a burner account. They had no follows. They had no followers. They had no likes. So it was somebody who deliberately had created this account just to send a nasty message. And they did what they wanted to do. Now, would anybody like to know what I did after
getting said nasty message. Oh, there's many ways to braid horses' hairs. Oh, yeah, somebody has a lot to say in the background. That was the moment I decided to buy myself cupcakes. So, guys, I open my DM. I see this nasty message. I show it to my mods just so they're aware and that they know what's going on. And then I look at Fred and I was like, we're buying cupcakes, dude. Cupcakes. Right, Jessica? Yep. Yeah, right, Kaylin? Yep. I was like, oh, you wish all these terrible things on me? Well, instead, I'm going to reward myself with a cupcake for my birthday and for reading your nasty comment. You're welcome. Yeah, Fred, if they weren't chocolate, would definitely want some of the cupcakes. One more. Yeah, right? That was one thing that was keeping me up last night, guys, is I had this thought that in general, most hate is a self-defense fight mechanism. So like horses have like fight or flight. And when I was really thinking about it, and this was keeping me up, I really think a lot of extreme hate is a self-defense fight mechanism. It's just this natural reaction to, I feel like someone has hurt me. I don't know what I did to them, but probably they got muted or something because it happened around the same time things went south yesterday. And like that was them lashing out. Amanda, I'm doing really good today. I had cupcakes yesterday, Amanda. And so when I look at it from that viewpoint, I don't jealousy. Yep. I never punish a horse for having a fight or flight reaction. So I am going to stop taking personally people having a fight reaction because it's more about them and less about me. Oh, cupcakes are so good, Amanda. I got chocolate with white chocolate garnish. Yes. Yeah, right? Because so often I think we are told that when somebody dislikes us, we should try to figure out why and if there's something valid in it that we should change. And I'm like, but so often it's just a reflex on the person. They are lashing out because something happened to them. And there might not have been anything we could have changed. Yeah, they're just projecting. Because I've been so busy the last couple weeks, yesterday and this morning, I've spent time going through comments from the last couple weeks in my DMs on the different platforms and in my comments on the different platforms, which has made me very reflective because reading too many comments at once sometimes can be a task. You know, Chicky, that is so true. What you say about others is a reflection of yourself because what you're saying is definitely from your perspective. Good morning, Lila. Thank you for being here both days. Appreciate you. This today is way calmer than yesterday, don't you think? The extension I put in her is owned by her owner. So her owner keeps and maintains it, and I just put it in when it's time for her to horse show. Schmoopy, thank you for that first gift and joining the fan club. Schmoopy, since you're new to the fan club, if you want to use any of the fun stickers, like we have a whole bunch of different stickers, when you go to your comment bar, the stickers are the heart at the right corner. Yeah, it was crazy yesterday. Crazy. Oh, yes. So why am I twisting? So I am twisting. So I drop and then I twist because that tightens just here. If I pull here, that creates tension on her bone. So what I do is I lay the hair and then I twist to tighten this braid without causing any discomfort for the horse. So that is why we twist. Now, do I do the same thing when I braid my daughter's hair? Yes. I had to learn the hard way that when we pull to tighten, that's what causes discomfort. By twisting the braid, you prevent the tightening at the scalp. Yeah, if they go potty, when nature calls, we just avert the camera because I don't want any restrictions, and let them do their business and then keep going. I hold on for dear life. So her natural tail ends here. It is kind of thin for her. And so we just, like how women who don't have the hair length or thickness they want, we do the same thing for the horses. Yeah, it's a struggle. You'll get the hang of it though. Oh, thank you. Yeah. My first priority as a braider of horses is the horse's comfort and care, which if what I'm doing is causing them discomfort, then I don't want to be part of it. I braided all the way down her tailbone. This is where her tail ends. So now we're doing what is called a wraparound. So when we get to the bottom, we finish it off by doing kind of almost like a tie. So it's going to go around the back of her tail and tie off in front. So the general going rate for hunter braids in the US for a tail is between 40 and 60, and for a mane is between 80 and 125. Now, those of you who have been regulars, you may have noticed the tail pricing has changed. And that is because I have heard of some price changes. And then when I know of things, did I change my prices? No. My prices are the same that they were last year. Here. Yeah, or a bow. Yes, it's almost like a bow. So we just go like that. And so what that does is it creates a finish line for the braid and helps it stay neat and tidy. Red ribbon in the tail means the horse kicks. So if you ever see a horse with a red ribbon on their tail, you should watch out because they may kick if you get too close. If you see a red ribbon on the horse's forelock, that means the horse will spin with head-on traffic. So you want to avoid coming directly at them. You know, that's how I kind of go. Kate, when I raise prices, I typically raise prices in January. But I have friends that raise prices at the beginning of, I shouldn't say friends. I should say there are braiders who raise prices at the beginning of final season or during travel season. You know, different folks, different policies. But when somebody was like, I went up to $60 a tail, I was like, holy moly. That is not something I'm planning on doing anytime soon. Yeah. What is this braid called? We just call this a tail braid or a French braid. It is a modified French because it is 3 pieces of hair rotated. Hey, Jersey girl. Thank you for that, Hurt Me. Mason. Thank you for that star guard. That was so super cute. Makes me think of Patrick from SpongeBob. So cute. Okay, so let's look at her. So that is her with her wig. If she did not have the wig, like her real tail, that is her real tail. No, this is still wig. So that's her real tail. So with the wig, do you see how it just makes it more proportional? I need to brush out those shavings. 1 second. Aiden, do you have a tail wrap? And again, guys, for those of you just joining us and not familiar with Maisie here, she has her own TikTok with lots of cute little TikToks all about Maisie. So if you are needing more Maisie content, she is. Thank you, my friend.
Welcome.
Oh no, tail bandage.
Oh, bandage.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. She is tagged in my highlight reel. She is so pretty. And she's such a sweet girl. She's so good at her job.
There you go.
You're like, I got the right thing now. I love you, Aiden. Oh, do you watch her all the time, Shauna? Yeah, isn't she just adorable? And I personally love watching other adults' horse journeys. Yes, Jessie, we can show her whole name, Maine. This is Maisie Moo. Maisie's. What's her username? Username, I believe, is Maisie Moo. Oh, well, you don't have to bet to enjoy watching the ponies race. Right, Bluefin? Okay. Oh, here we go. We're going to need to see the light. Okay. Maisie. Pretty girl. Oh. Okay, there she is. Isn't she stunning? She's like, very pretty. Very pretty. But yes. There she is. She says, very pretty. Right? Oh, thank you. She's like, she's skilled at giving peppermints, which is what she should do. She's like, peppermints should be the reward whenever I stand really, really good for the braider. Does she have to ask?
She does.
Oh, what is her trick?
So,
Okay, we have a trick. Okay.
you have a treat. She's not allowed to.
So she does?
Away.
Oh, that's what she always does that.
So she has to look away so she can get her treat.
Aw, she has to be polite.
But she just is.
She's very polite.
Very polite little
Look at
girl.
how polite she is. Yeah, she is
Give me more
perfect.
treats.
She's like, but I asked politely. Come on, Fred. Doesn't she look magnificent? Yes, she's so perfect. Good luck today. Have fun.
Thank you so much. She looks gorgeous.
She's
Thank
gorgeous.
you. Like, bud, how are you doing?
He's like, I'm traumatized. It's so terrible.
What else is new?
What's that? He says, it's hard to be Fred. He's like, she's applying medicine twice a day. It's like a whole thing.
Fred, come on, man.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much for being here. If you haven't already done so, claim your points by clicking on that orange heart in the top left-hand corner. Okay, why is my screen is like not behaving? There we go. I appreciate every single one of you being here. Oh, you're so welcome, Shadow Rider. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I will be live again tomorrow. What time? I will post up on my Braiding Live bulletin board and then the Discord for superfans. Thank you guys so much. I was so happy to see you all in the chat today. Have a great day, everyone. Remember, we're all capable. We got this, guys. We got this. Love you all. Leslie. Hi, love. Thank you for your first gift. Hope you're doing well at Waterloo. Leslie. Can't wait to see your pictures of your braids today. Have a great day, everybody. Leslie, thank you for your first gift. But we're ending the live now. Bye, guys. Hi, Leslie. I'll talk to you later, Leslie. Bye, guys.